Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have a great rack. I have Wanians. And this isn't too bad either. Could be close to a bingo, not seeing a 7. But a great start with a bingo. Happens once every 7 or 8 games. Now, quite a few floaters to consider. And I have the out prefix and the ly and ally ending. Not seeing anything with a W. Or an A. What about the N? I would have un as a prefix. Not seeing anything. Nothing with the I. O, N. Well, already considered. And S, out Sally, not good. So I don't think I am bingoing again, but I do have the Y for score. And I'd like to get rid of the duplicate L, the U and the Y. In fact, I don't mind playing quite a few tiles here. Although A, L and T are bingo-y. The rack as a whole isn't close to a bingo. Now 17 for opponent. We takes A, S and T in front. Well, that's just a 7-letter lane, and I don't have a 7. I have Tolule. But then Twee takes an A in front. Well, it takes an E in front, not an A. So where's the best spot for my Y? Just wondering about you all. There is something strange like this which is good. This is setting up a massive X spot. If it's good, it doesn't take an S. 25 points, not fabulous. And I'm setting up a hot row H spot. So overall, I'm not persuaded that that is the play. AE takes nothing after it. What about a play above the W of Wanians to get value from that? Not seeing anything. I have outlay. Nowhere great for that. Well, you all not good. Should I play just you? Well, I'm still setting up that big X spot. And I would like to... what about playing outlay here? I'd like to split up the duplicate L. That's setting up this huge row H spot, so I'm not keen on that. Wow, what a tricky position to be in. No double in column 5. What about a play down from the W of we? Okay, I'm thinking about doing this. Toluils for 20. It doesn't set up anything massive. I'm going with this. And I have matched. Does that play anywhere? Well, yes, it does because of Twee. Fantastic. Toluil also had the advantage of taking out this S and N, which are useful floaters for an opponent. Now, what if my bingo is blocked? I'm not seeing any other spot for it, but quite a few floaters to consider. Not seeing anything with the T or the O. I'm not optimistic there is anything here as an 8. No, nothing with the L or the U. Y, how about the O? And the I. Wow, no, what an unproductive set of tiles, even though there is a bingo. And I don't think matched has an anagram. Hopefully Toluils will tempt opponent to play in or around it, leaving alone my spot. I'm just wondering whether Aoi is good. I think it is. In which case, oh wow. Opponent plays in that spot, bingos, and denies my bingo spot. I was not expecting that. Gosh. Okay, I mean, I can score reasonably well at the bottom. I've got meth and match, but I don't have a bingo. Just looking at these new floaters, G and E. Ventage doesn't take anything in front, doesn't take anything I've got after. So, this is what I have. 49 points, that's not bad, and a decent rack lead. But no bingo. However, I do still lead by about 50. Now, what I didn't consider was the Etui spot, which I still have this turn. Well, that's gone now. 50 points for opponent. So, are there any good X spots on the board? Zex is good, but I can't get it to play twice. What about the I of Wonians? Interesting, I can play Tex here for 40, which is good. My K is available for Ken, but Tay and Z take nothing in front, so that's not going to score twice. However, the K is a good scoring tile. I can extend this to text. 43 points. Yeah, I am going with this. And, well, this rack is a long way from a bingo, but I have scoring tiles. Hulu is good. Wow, opponent plays quickly there. I don't have anything on to that C. Nothing I've got goes after IT. Look at that, 2 U's on my rack, and one of the few floaters available is a U. Now, do I really have nothing onto the C? Yeah, I don't think I do. What about a play in column 3? Mel is good, Goo is good. So I do have Ulu in that spot. Only 14 points. And keeping 2 scoring tiles. Can I do better? Well, not too many spots to consider. What about a play beginning with the G? No. Through a G, I would have kludge. 14 minutes on my clock. What a tricky rack. Just not seeing any good candidate plays. Now, Pulu, is there anywhere for that regardless of score? No. Yu-Gi-Oh! Not good. What about a play from the C? No. How about the H? Nothing. Wow, I think this is the second time this game I've been completely stumped as to what to do. I don't think I can play off both U's apart from with Ulu, which doesn't score very much. Is Puku good? Gosh. Is it good? Yes, it is, and I do like that. The rack lead was Jewel, G-U-E-L, which did have some balance. Now, I draw the final U, so not only did I have 2, 2 U's on my rack and a floating U. I've managed to locate the final one as well. But it's fine because I have a Q to account for one of them. Do I have anything onto the C? I do now have an I for an IC ending. And I have a 50-point lead. No, not seeing anything. Onto, well, I have deliquium with the right floaters, I and M. Floating U, not particularly useful. I don't have a huge choice of bingos on my rack, or of Q plays on my rack. I have quid and equid. Through an I would have liquid. Now I have cleek and cleeked in row N, which would score handily. Just 14 for opponent. Fantastic. Do I have anything with the Q in first place? No. So I have this for 42 points, which is a decent score. Obviously a massive opportunity for opponent in row O. But I lead by 36. This will give me an 80-point lead. And I'm not seeing anything else. What about a play down column 12? Equid doesn't get doubled. But it would leave me with a U, the final U, for a QU play in row H. But it can't be right with 3 S's and 2 blanks to come. Is this the right play? It obviously scores well. Let me just take this back. Do I have anything through IT? No, Puku only takes an S. Now Lai takes a D. No, I am going to go... Am I? Yeah, cleeked for 42. Wow, I draw both blanks. Pretty good. And no duplicates in the remaining tiles. And fairly balanced. B and U not massively bingo-y, but 2 blanks I think should mean that I am bingoing. So, do I have anything onto the C? I'm expecting opponent to attend to row O, but row A onto the C. I have IC as an ending. It's quite difficult to find candidate plays with both blanks because you can't really go through the alphabet 26 times. Great, look at that, just 14 points for opponent, but DI takes nothing in front, so he's completely crushed all lanes. Puku takes an S. Let me find a bingo with an S so I have one in my back pocket. So, and let me put it in its rightful place. So, here we go, Subarin. Plays but doesn't get doubled. So I'm just looking for 7s here to find the best 7. Bundy's. And there's going to be a lot with S at the end, and Bedouins. And I'm looking for S, which pluralizes Puku and gets doubled. And there may not be such a play. Beguins. 10 minutes on my clock. Bungees. Sub-line. Bunnies. Gosh, maybe something there. That's Subarin. Okay, this hasn't been particularly productive, but I have Subarin, and that stops 2 short of the double word square. Do I have anything beginning M-E? Difficult to see. What about beginning with G? Not that I can see. Tay only takes an S, so I have Suberin in that spot as well. I have Suberin and Lies. That does get doubled. Well, I have Unbusier for 79. I'm just wondering if it's worth looking for a play ending in C, but with B and U, I think it's unlikely. I'm going with this. Great, I draw a scoring tile in the J and a couple of vowels. Still 29 tiles to come, but no blanks. And, well, I'm 150 in the lead, so really I'm looking at keeping scoring. I can definitely survive one bingo. I can probably survive two, but the remaining tiles are very bingo-y. Most of the bingo lanes have been created by Unbusier with the floaters I, E and R. And seven letter lanes with extensive overlaps, which are less dangerous. Opponent creates a new lane, which is good play, but only scores 15 points. Now, how can I get value from the J and shut out some of these lanes? But main priority, just getting value from the J. 8 minutes on my clock. 27 tiles, that's a lot of tiles to come. So I have JIRRE. 24 points, good rack lead, taking out all of these floaters, forcing opponent to bingo in row B, which will give me access to a triple word square. I am going with this. And, well, non-bingo-y, but it's balanced, and I have scoring tiles, so I'm very happy with this rack. I still lead by 150. 23 tiles in the bag. J does not take an extension. Great, there goes 7 more tiles, only 70 points. M, well, that's available for me with OF. 32 points, pretty decent score. Will extend my lead to over 100. I am going with this. Wow, four consonants. Well, yeah, I'm still going with this. And I draw all consonants. Let me count the remaining vowels. 10 out of 21, so a balanced bag. But I have one consonant. Now, nice play by opponent, 6 points, but A takes an E and an S. So I just need to keep on scoring. And I'm looking at this R. I can get a scoring tile on this double letter square. Alternatively, I can stick a V in this spot with veg for 16 points, and I'm minded to do that. That just kills every bingo lane on the board. And opponent can't score hugely in column 15, and he'll be burning 5 tiles to score anything at all. I'm going with this. Great, I draw a vowel. So I'm looking again in column 4. I have drop, I have prod, I have prof. 24 points. I don't have anything bottom right because I would need 2 vowels. J takes an O, but, well, actually there is a bingo lane in row L. 13 points by opponent. Now Sov takes an S, so that was a a neat play, and I can't block that. Only 7 tiles to come. I lead by over 100. I think I just keep scoring. Not like that. Like this. And I now have no vowels at all, but my lead over 100. I'm not guaranteed to win. Opponent could get 80 or 90 in column 15, but the remaining tiles are all 1 pointers apart from the Y. Now, what I didn't consider last turn was whether I had any hooks for aid, and of course I do. I have a D. I'm not sure if I had one of those Ds last turn, but if I did, I could have just played a DO play. 2 tiles left, so why don't I just play aided for 7? And I draw one of the S's. Still 5 vowels out there, so opponent may be struggling with vowels. No SD word, so opponent is not going to bingo in column 15. And opponent's player Vu has taken out row L as a lane. Not that that was ever a great one. Floating F available for a bingo with an F in precisely 4th place. Not many of those. And I'm not seeing any bingos at all with opponent's remaining tiles or with the remaining pool, although there could be some. So I think this game is in the bag. I have an S for Pukus. I have no vowels at all. Great, opponent's given up, 27 points. He's got AYA. Is he going out in 1? 5 minutes on my clock. Where can opponent play? I don't think he can go out with those tiles. Even if he can, the game is won. So, can I do anything with my rack? 4 minutes on the clock. I don't think I can use the Puku's hook. Where are the floating vowels? I do have NTH on my rack, but I may be able to do better through a vowel. Okay, so Narc is good. Not seeing anything there. What about through IO? No. Now, I can play bends for 25. Keeping NTH, is there anywhere for that? Not sure there is. Oh, iron and NTH. So that is one possibility next turn. What about the I of cliqued? So I could play thin. I think 25 points is more than I'm going to get elsewhere. Only 3 minutes on the clock and the game is won. I'm going with this. WE also available for extensions. I haven't really looked for opportunities for opponent. He's got AY in column 14. FY is good. "12 minutes on opponent's clock." Yeah, opponent plays in column 14 for 22 points. I have 3 minutes. Hal not good, otherwise NTH could have played in column 13. So this is what I'm looking at, NTH for 11. I still have thin for 19. Wow, I think that's got to be best. I am going with this. I have set up meta for opponent, but I think he could score with his A elsewhere, perhaps not as much. And the final score, 375 for opponent, 478 for me, a winning margin of 103 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a great game. Always good to win by over 100. So it was me to go first. I had a dream start with Wonions. Opponent's rack, no bingo, plays Wee. And this is a rack I fussed around with. All you, that's what I was thinking of when I had you all challenged off. So yeah, that would have been a nice play, I think. Owie and all you, not giving much away. It doesn't take an S, 29 points. So I played Tolu Ills for 20. I2. I could have played Tolu Ill in column 2, but Twee takes an E in front and Tolu Ill takes an S, so I think all you would have been the play. Great bingo by opponent, vintage. And nowhere for matched, but I do have match for 49, which is pretty good consolation. So I lead by 50. That vanishes, pretty sharpish. But I'm able to score well with the, well, not with the K, with the X. I played Tex to 43. Interesting, I could have played Kex in the same spot. And duplicate T, not terrible. T being a bingo-y tile and K not being so. So I think Kex would have been better. Opponent plays Sig. And here's a rack I spent a while with. And my choice not even appearing here. So F6, pen jewel, that's nice. Making Tweed and Whelked. H4 down from WE, keeping W. I don't like that. And I play Pookie for 20, so slightly off the pace, but the rack leave of Jewel, I think, compares favourably to every rack leave here, so this isn't a terrible play. Nice rack for opponent, but no bingo. Plays Koi. And I have Cleeked for 42. That looks fine. Wow, opponent's so close to a bingo. Doesn't have one. Plays Rhea. And because he's so close to a bingo, he doesn't want to play off many tiles, and they're all 1 point tiles. So he's in this tricky position I've been in myself many times, where he's getting a low score and retaining a bingo-y rack leave. Now, look at this dream rack. What did I miss? Well, nothing in row A, which is good. So I play Unbusier for 79, and that was the highest bingo available. Now, opponent looks like he's drawn precisely what he played. Let's just go back and check this. AEI-RRS. AEI-RRS. Opponent plays RIA and draws RIA. Wow. That's one of the painful things that can happen in this game. So opponent still no bingo. Plays Arc. And I play Jur to sort the rack out, to score and to take out lanes. Now, opponent does have a bingo, but he's forced into row B, which gives me an easy scoring spot of F and Ov. And I played Ov because E is generally a better tile than O, but actually I think O goes quite well with these floaters, and there are no bingo lanes on the board, so I think that changes the value of E and O, and possibly F would have been a better play. Now, opponent close to a bingo, plays Aid to create a lane, and now I play Veg for defensive reasons to take out that lane. There are now no bingo lanes on the board. And look at this, opponent has a fantastic rack. He has Sea Lion, and that would have played in column 14 if I hadn't obstructed or blocked it. Sea Lion. I don't think that's good. And this is massively bingo-y, so is there a 7 here? Annie Soul, that's it. Sea Lion is not good, but Annie Soul would have played. So opponent plays Nod, which was a really nice play because it opens up column 15 for bingos ending in S. And he has one, I don't. So I play prof for 24, A3. Oh, interesting. Of takes an F for off. So I could have played frond, getting rid of one more tile. Yeah, slightly bigger score. Now, poor opponent suddenly got too many vowels, plays double O. I have no vowels. F6, 10th, that's nice. What do? I play aided to take out column 14. Let me just go back to this rack. When I played prof, I had the D and I had the O, so definitely a play of doff or dob would have been better than my play. So that was remiss not spotting that. Fortunately for me, opponent did not have a bingo, played double O. And now with 2 in the bag. Yeah, these must be the options. 10th, F6 through EN. What do? Oh, I play aided, and that's purely for purposes of blocking column 15 bingos. Opponent, I don't think, has one, plays diesel. And now the bag is empty. This is my final rack. I played bends. I could have played hens in the same spot, but then I wouldn't have had thin in column 3, so it's possible bends is better. No out for opponent, plays yar. And finally thin for 19, scores the most. And opponent does have meta, but Zia was available for more points, so thin wasn't giving anything to opponent. And that was the end of the game, so absolutely super fun. I got off to an amazing start with Wonians, and then, well, the game didn't flow in the sense that there were a couple of racks where I really took an age to decide my play, and I'm thinking about the Toluil rack, and then there were some tricky decisions late on when opponent created lanes, so plenty to consider in that game. But fortunately, I was able to run out a winner by a significant margin. So absolutely tremendous fun. Many thanks to opponent for a good battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.